evening, everyone. You got me in the act. Denny and welcome to Denny in Virginia. I'm your host, Denny, here in Virginia. Where in Virginia, you might ask? Why, I'm just at my messy desk that I was attempting to make less messy, but you caught me. And it's time for Denny After Hours. On today's episode, by the title, you can talk. Judging by the title, I can't talk, apparently. Judging by what I'm saying, I can't talk. See, let's flip it and reverse it. Okay. Denny in. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Denny in Virginia. I'm your host, Denny, here in Virginia. Where in Virginia, you might ask? Why, I'm just in Chesapeake, Virginia, at my messy desk. And it's time for another episode of Denny After Hours. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about evening walks. Why evening walks? Well, I'll tell you. Today, I decided for no reason whatsoever, well, other than the fact that I had a heavy meal and I felt bad. So, that was the reason. I was like, I gotta walk this off. I gotta do something. Just very briefly, the sun was setting. It was almost at the point where it was too dark to see any sun, but not quite. So I decided to go to Western Branch Park. If you follow me on my other social, that's kind of like Tic Tacs. If you know, you know. Then you would have seen that, yeah, I did post about being at Western Branch Park today and taking a walk this evening. And typically, I don't take walks in the evenings close to sunset when the parks are about to close. Typically, I take my walks either in the morning or in the afternoon. I don't like to stick around until the evening at the parks because I never really know like when somebody might patrol. I don't know who's keeping track of like people who are entering or people who are still in the park after sunset to make sure that no one's in the area after sunset. I don't know who is patrolling that or when they come to patrol. So I'm always kind of iffy about being in a park like at sunset. So I'm typically like already pieced out by that time unless an event is happening. But today I had to walk it out because I felt really heavy with the Sunday dinner that I had, which tasted good, but landed in my gut real heavy. So I was taking my walk and it was okay for the beginning, but halfway through, I not not even halfway through. The second I got to the end, I turned back because all I was going to do was walk straight to the end and walk straight back to the beginning. When I turned back, I don't know what happened, but all of the bugs in the park mobilized the second I started walking back towards my vehicle. And every like fifth step, it was just some bug just me in the face or like hit me on my shirt. And I would look down, there'd be these flies. No, they're not even flies, just these little bugs all over my shirt. And they would peck on my glasses. Sometimes they would stay on my glasses and blur up my vision, which is already clearly jacked up, as you can tell. And it was not an enjoyable experience. And I don't understand why they weren't bugging me, get it, as much on the way to the end as when I returned back. But apparently I guess was it upstream or downstream? Whichever way the flow was going of bugs, whichever driving directions they were going in, I was going in the opposite direction onto incoming bug traffic. And so it was just nonstop all the way from the end of the park back to my car, just bugs just hitting me all over the place. And it was getting so annoying that I walked so much faster on the way back than on the way to the end of the park because it was just so daggone annoying. So, my question is, evening walks, are they a good idea? Maybe it's just because it's summertime. So I'm sure I'll have to revisit this during fall and winter to see if I feel the same way. But it's definitely mainly the bug situation that I don't really like. I don't really like having a bunch of bugs up in my face all the time that I'm walking back to my vehicle. That was not a good feeling. So, do you guys like evening walks? Do you like afternoon walks? Do you like morning walks the best? Let me know in the comments. Let me know. Because after tonight, evening walks are definitely bottom of the list. Rock bottom of the list. Like, bottom out. Evening walks are not for me. I was not enjoying it. And I don't know. I feel like I genuinely feel happier. I feel like my happiness index, right? I feel like I'm like up here for morning walks, and then afternoon walks, I'm like right here because it's the summer now. So in the afternoon, it is blazing. So my stamina is also goes from here to here for afternoon walks, and then evening. Horrible happiness factor going on in the evening because I can't stand bugs. Me and nature, we haven't connected yet. Okay, I'm trying. I'm trying my best by going to visit these parks and going out, especially in the Chesapeake. I've been using the Chesapeake apps to try to hit up all of the parks in Chesapeake that are available and that are showcased on the app for the passport. I've hit up 10, no, 11. I think I've hit up 11 thus far. I think there's 15 total. So I'm trying to finish that. And I was hoping that by doing this, I would become closer with Mother Nature. And it's turning out not to be so true. And in some cases, I am getting further and further apart because I realize that Mother Nature be Mother Naturing. And I'm just not always for that, you know? If I see a snake, I'm freaking out. Can't control myself. A little green snake, okay? Up in the trees. Minding its own business. I'll freak out. And I did, and I left. But yeah, me and Mother Nature, we ain't tight yet. So until that day comes, evening walks in me. Because it's not even just the bugs. I thought I saw a bat as well. It may have been a bird, but I feel like it was a bat. And I also don't know how I feel about that. I feel like there's like weird motions going on, and of course at night you see animal eyes and you don't fully see what animal it belongs to, and it's just my anxiousness is just going into overdrive when I am walking in the evening or when the sun is setting. It's like the lower the sun gets, the lower my mood is what I'm experiencing at the moment. So maybe come next season, fall, it'll be a much more enjoyable experience. But for now, my ranking is morning walks, afternoon walks, evening walks. Not even going to see it because it's not even on my radar. Evening walks, not enjoyable. Not. I don't think I'll be going on another one willingly for the rest of the summer. Like I said, I'll give it another shot in the fall and the winter and the spring, of course, next spring, just to see if the different holidays has different effects on my mood and the bug situation, of course, and the wild animal situation and the temperature and the overall vibes. Maybe it'll change as the seasons change, but for now, I'm going to stick to either my morning, if I can get up on time, or the afternoon walks. So, what's your opinion? Morning, afternoon, evening walks. Do you like evening walks? Do you think they're a good idea? Or do you think that it's just the sun setting and so is my mood? Because that's how I feel. So let me know. Do you like evening walks? Do you like to walk in the afternoon when the sun is at its highest? Or do you like to walk before the sunrise or just right at the cusp? Let me know. And I'm going to sign off. I need to have a regular sign off thing that's not just Denny out, so I'm just going to do this right quick. Peak life. Now that I've gotten that out of my system, until next time, Denny out.